Welcome back to another episode of Panther Sports Zone. It is Wednesday, April 10th. I'm your host, David Smith.
I'm Zach Collins.
I'm Cyril Neville.
Well,
What's up, y'all?
it's hot. Bro, I just came from the gym. I forgot to tell y'all. I went to the gym yesterday. I swear to God, I feel like I'm 5 pounds bigger now.
When the last time you been to the gym?
About like a month.
That's how it was for me. I went on Monday before the show, and I actually felt good. I'm a little sore right now, but it's straight.
Yeah, I've been going consistently until Spring Fest, and then I got to get back on it.
No, I
But
took before Spring Fest.
I took a break.
Oh, yeah, Spring Fest. I'm not worried about that.
I was not getting up. Had to get them couple minutes left.
Yeah. But we're just going to get right into it. Men's baseball team played in Cardinal Word yesterday and unfortunately lost 16-3. They was playing at in Cardinal Word. Like we know they don't do well
On the road.
on the road. Yeah.
Well, that answered our question if we thought Incarnate Word was good, first of
Yeah.
all. But more than anything, it's kind of deflating whenever you look at around the SWAC, and we're going to talk about the game later, but just
Oh, yeah.
how do you play at a certain level on some Fridays, some Sundays, and then come around and have performances like that? Like, in order for you to be a great team, you have to come consistently. And it's not something that we're doing yet. I don't know if it's coaching. I don't know if it's the players want to. It could be a
Just a simple
It can be all
mental
that.
thing.
Yeah.
combination
It's
of
just-
things. It's really probably just believing in yourself, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't like that though. Don't show me you can be great, because that's what happened in our season. Don't show me you can be great and then fold whenever I need you to really
Yeah.
keep it consistent. Like, beat Grambling, lose to Southern, lose to Alcorn.
Right.
Like, what's the point of beating the Grambling?
You mean
know what I'm
beat
saying?
Southern?
No. I'm saying, what's the point of?
Oh, you talking about football?
Yeah,
Football,
I'm saying
okay.
it's the same correlation. What's the
Yeah.
point of now? Talk about baseball. What's the point of beating Southern, who beats LSU, and then
Right.
you fold under pressure against Incarnate Word because you add Incarnate Word. You're
Right.
supposed to feed off the negative energy, but that's just me. I'm just competitive.
Wasn't the score like last year that big?
Yeah.
The big
Incarnate
differential?
Word?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Probably worse.
I don't
I don't
know.
know. This was last year.
Yeah.
They were in the 30s. That's what I remember.
Oh,
It was one of those games.
it was one of those games.
Yeah.
They play Texas A&M Corpus Christi today at 3. So if you guys are available, come out there. I know it's shade, so you ain't got no excuse not to be out there.
Yeah. 'Cause
Maybe
that's
we should go out there and
softball
watch the game, see what's going
Today?
on. Yeah,
What time?
3.
I ain't got class. I'm free.
I may be at the radio station,
Alright.
so I may be a little late, but yeah,
Okay.
I'll probably be out there. But like you
But
mentioned,
if it get ugly, we going to shoot the commercial.
oh yeah, and we might just dip. But like you said, LSU lost to Southern the third time they beat LSU in
the
school
program
history. Yeah, They beat them 7-2. Southern's pretty legit this year.
Okay, so they've solidified that they are probably the best team in the SWAC.
Yeah, for sure.
And I hate Southern with every fiber of my being. But as being a SWAC man that I am, I have to congratulate their win. That kind of irks me with Southern too, just for the fact that if our sports teams could be more consistent, we would get way more respect. Like, if you're going to be the best team in our conference, you're supposed to dominate everybody you play.
Right.
Which I think our softball team does that to an extent. Whoever they play, especially whether it be in SWAC, for the most part, they're going to win that series. And 1 or 2 games, they're going to impose their will. I think Southern needs to take that same type of mindset in order to win not only SWAC, maybe win a playoff game or whatever they get into, but just it's about consistency. That's the thing for me. That's what sets apart traditional winning powerhouses and schools that just win every now and then.
Yeah, but in baseball, it's kind of hard to keep it consistent, because when you go into the game, everything's mental. Like in baseball, you'll never know what happened. That's why you can't even really bet on baseball, and really umpires can't really fix the game. So it's just a game where like
They be making bad.
they can do that,
Yeah.
but people can see if it's blatant or not, and
True.
they can crack down on that. But I mean, you just never know what's gonna happen in the game. You gotta get your swing right, good counts, know what pitch. It's a guessing game in baseball.
I think whenever y'all was talking about like football and baseball and comparing the two, I didn't understand it until I actually watched it. In football, like, I can be in my own head, but I can still perform. In baseball, if I'm thinking like why he's not stealing a base when the coach is sending it to him. I'm overthinking, like, okay, he's going to throw me a curveball and he strike it right down the middle. If I'm thinking, like, too much, I can think myself out of that position.
Yeah.
So I get what you're saying as far as that being hard. And, like, it took for me to watch a game and see somebody outthink themselves at the plate and then understand, like, what you're saying. But it's still, if you believe that you're going to hit it, like, you should be straight. But certain people, like, if I'm down in the count, like it's 3-2-2-1, something like that, now you freaking out, now I got to get it, and that's just going to force you to strike out even faster. Keep going.
He was in the Urban Academy.
Yeah, a lot of the players from our team is from Urban Youth League.
Yeah, B. White.
Yeah.
Is he still coaching?
Yeah, he's still there.
Oh, I'm a child. Okay.
Right, that's all he recruits from, is academy.
So y'all coaches, the baseball coaches do that too.
Yeah.
Let me tell you about football recruiting real quick. Let's get on the little spiel. Last season, all the freshmen we brought in, they all was in pairs. So we brought like 2 from Woodlawn. We got 3 sets of 2 from New Orleans. We had 2 come from West Mesquite. Like, it wasn't much thought into this. Like, we just went to the school like, I'm gonna take your best 2 players. That doesn't make sense. Like, you gotta search. Like, we went and got 2 kids from Memphis. Like, everything. Like,
University
I don't like
of Memphis?
that. Nah, it's a school in Memphis called Lucerne. Oh, I can't think of the Payne. Payne. He played for OKC, and then OKC traded him. He had that big fro.
Oh, Cameron Payne.
Yeah, he went. That's the school he went to in Memphis. We went there, but yeah, the recruiting here, everybody needs to get it together.
Yeah. Staying on top of softball, they play Southern on Friday, April 12th at 3 p.m. here. Make sure you guys, if you're able to come out, make sure you guys come out and support. And congratulations to Braylon Singal, who earned her first hitter of the week, freshman. So definitely, definitely big things to come from her. Obviously, softball, they always recruit well and just kind of mold the players into the people that they need to be to contribute to the team. So now on the basketball, women's basketball, congratulations to Sayla Dobbins, who got Box Toro, second team All-American. Congratulations to you. Yeah, you think she's going to the draft? Oh, what about other one?
Who?
5. You think she's going to the draft?
You talking about her?
Yeah, that's her, right?
Yeah, that's 5. Honestly,
I think she has a chance to get signed.
it'll be like
If she
won't
don't get drafted,
yeah.
she'll be signed.
Or she's gonna end up playing basketball somewhere.
Yeah.
Just because that's like it's in her. She has a little fire, but they have to get past that 5'1"ish, and that's being generous. But she's a baller, and she knows how to get to the cup. She knows how to make free throws, and she'll find her way somewhere.
Yeah, she can hoop on dudes too. I seen her hoop at the reg. I mean,
Yeah, I hooped against her.
Davis
she did
be
you
in there
hoop?
getting buckets out of her.
Yeah, I be getting buckets, man. Come on now.
I ain't never seen Davis hoop.
Never. Stick to the baseball, Davis.
I'm a hooper out here, man. But when we come back, we got some unfortunate news. Dirk and D-Wade played his last game last night. We'll miss you. Virginia came out on top. We'll go into detail about that when we come back from the Panther Sports Zone.
Traditions are not made overnight. They are created through a legacy of excellence and a commitment to something much greater. For more than 135 years, Prairie View A&M University has provided students with a strong academic foundation, a unique college experience, and the opportunity to make their mark on the world. This is a place where friendships are formed, discoveries are made, and dreams are realized. This is Prairie View A&M University. Our tradition, your opportunity.
Prairie View A&M University is about the students. Students don't just come here for the education. They come for the faculty, for the creativity, the camaraderie, an excellent standard of living, and the school spirit. They come here to gain something profound and to give something back. Students come for the tradition of excellence. This is Prairie View A&M University. Our tradition, your opportunity.
And welcome back to the Panther Sports Zone. Now to touch on some NFL. Monday we talked about Antonio Brown
Versus
Juju Smith. He's back in the news once again. Dude's starting to get corny and annoying, to be honest with you. He posted DMs of like Juju Hesser.
Smith
Schuster.
Yeah.
Bro, I said Smith and Monday he was
No,
like,
no, I was telling you the full name.
Oh,
man.
all right.
You good.
You
I
almost
would-
said
I
Hester.
didn't even tell you his name, but he did say Hester. But anyways, he posted the DM. What happened?
It was like he was seeking advice from him, stuff
Yes.
like that, and he posted that. I don't know what was the purpose of that.
We've been trying to figure that out for the longest. Is what did he gain from that? That shows you, one, that tells you what type of person Juju is. It shows you the relationship he was trying to build even before they were on the same team. Like,
Yeah,
that doesn't make sense. Like, but then you got to factor in he's from Florida. They're
That
different.
Florida water different.
It's just different type of thinking. Like,
yeah,
no matter, they always feel like somebody's against him, even when he's on the same team with him. Even if he's rooting for him, they still try to, like, in their mind,
AB
figure out
from
a way.
Florida.
Yeah.
makes
That
sense.
all makes sense now.
So how you feel
Thanks for
about
that.
him?
Um,
Because we know you're
we've been seeing this
negative
from
Nancy.
AB. I'm not negative about him. Just look at the actions he's done. It's just it keeps building up, and then you
Yeah.
see,
I can't defend it.
yeah, it's just come on now. Juju was probably like one of those main guys that really looked up to you, and he was on the same team, and y'all were producing with each other. So it's like I don't see what the gripe would be about, or just any negativity towards him would be about. So that's just AB.
I think more than anything, his anger could have been towards the team because he led the team in touchdowns. So I think they just gave him the award in spite of him, and they know he's so sensitive that he'll spaz out, like because another receiver like gets,
Attention.
yes, like he'll spaz out because he feels like he worked so long for this. Like if you, he's been playing like what 8 years, 9 years, and he still brings up he's a 6th round pick. He still brings up the number he was picked at, things like that.
It's like a Westbrook type thing. You know, they worked so hard to the point where they had to get they didn't get the silver spoon.
True.
So they just been grinding and working their whole life, and
But
AB just feels like
Westbrook
at this.
came out of UCLA though.
But he wasn't looked at as like
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
what he's doing now.
Well, Westbrook daddy like worked in sanitation. Like he didn't have this. Antonio
Right.
Brown daddy is a legend in indoor football, like arena football. He has the most touchdowns ever. Like they knew he's cut from the same cloth. Just like his cousin is about to come in the draft and probably be the #1 receiver taken. So this like, but not his, but I'm saying
Oh.
Antonio Brown. His cousin is Hollywood Brown from Oklahoma.
All right,
So it's like they all
for real?
come. Yeah, that's his first cousin.
that's what's up.
But I don't like this because he's starting to do the same thing. Like he's speaking out a little bit too much for my liking right now. Just because like I need you to produce on this level. Like he
Right.
produced at Oklahoma, which if you know his story, he walked on at a JUCO in Kansas, left JUCO. He only had 2 offers, OU and West Virginia. He probably weighed 147 pounds soaking wet. Like he's worked for everything he has, but you still got to produce at the highest level.
Yeah, I think he will though.
I definitely think he will.
Especially,
He's extremely fast.
Yeah,
He made cuts. I don't like how he got injured late in the season. I think that might hurt him, but he's definitely one of the more talented receivers,
yeah.
and he can do everything in the body of like 5'9", 5'10".
He kind of reminds me of Calvin Ridley a little bit, the way they play.
Yeah.
They're kind of similar.
They definitely run good crisp routes. That's the Florida. Calvin Ridley's from Florida. It's just that's what they eat, breathe,
Yeah.
and live off of is football. Like they're trying to find their way out. So whenever you get a group of Florida guys, like it's good. We got a couple. Shout out K-Rouse.
I want to see where Judy is gonna go.
Jerry Judy.
Yeah.
I think he has 1 more year, if I'm not mistaken. He's a true
He-
sophomore.
Okay.
That kid is
Yeah,
unreal.
he's beast.
Yeah.
Like-
CD Lamb too.
CD is nasty, and he from like Houston,
He went
but-
to Foster.
something like that.
Yeah, he went to Foster. That's what
Yeah.
it was.
I've been watching him since he came out of high school, but that's that next year, Jalen Waddle I think comes out next year, or he might be. He was a true freshman. Yeah, so he got 2 years. So him and Trevor Lawrence will come out the same year, but that next year's recruiting class of receivers, phenomenal.
Patriots gonna tank for Trevor Lawrence once Brady retires. They're gonna take for him.
Yeah.
That might be the best class since Julio Jones in that class came out, or the one with Odell Beckham and Jarvis Landry.
That is my favorite right now. But also that Von Miller, Cam Newton class
Cam Newton,
was nice.
Andrew
with
Luck.
1 and 2 back to back.
Yeah.
See, the only thing that hurts that class is the RG3 and the third one that was taken. It was a third quarterback. That didn't help that class.
Well, it's not RG3's fault.
True.
It's Shanahan's fault.
It was just
that's
their
what I put it on.
relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But pointing at Julio, what do you have to say about that?
Oh, yeah. He's still trying to get a new contract. Obviously, we got Julio Jones.
They need to pay him.
Yeah, but
They have to.
should he even stay there? You obviously got Matt Ryan, who didn't have a good year this past year.
Well, Matt Ryan, to me, has always been overrated.
Yeah, you said that.
I might be
before.
biased just because I'm a Saints fan, but
He's definitely
I've seen a lot of games of him
Yeah.
playing. He's all over the place sometimes. And with all those weapons you have, you should definitely be making deep runs in the playoffs every year.
Right.
I don't care what you say. You have Julio Jones, Mohamed Sanu. At one point, you had Roddy White. There's just too many weapons they had. Taylor Gabriel.
I think they got a better receiving core than they did because it was just Roddy White and
Julio.
yeah, Julio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then,
No, they definitely do. They have he has an arsenal of weapons that's probably unmatched. The only thing he doesn't have is just a standout tight end. But you don't need that when you got Julio. You got
and
Ridley.
Austin Hooper was
He's
a nice.
great,
He
yeah.
was a nice tight end.
You got-
And you had Devontae Freeman and Tevin Coleman.
Yeah.
And he didn't do
And your
anything with him.
defense is full of like just speedy, athletic
They get after the
type
passer.
players. Yeah.
The only thing about them was their back end would always get hurt. Keanu Neal is not
Yeah.
really a coverage
Safety. Yeah.
so that hurts them. But if I was Julio, I don't know if I'd leave that just because I know for sure if you load this box,
You're right.
I'm over
It's
the top.
one-on-one,
Nobody can
yeah.
guard me. And even now with Taylor Gabriel, he's going to take away a safety because he's just as fast as Julio, if we're being honest.
Yeah.
And then Ridley is just in a
Well,
in the slot
Taylor's
as well.
gone.
He is?
Yeah.
Okay.
He went
it's
to
just him
Chicago.
it's him and Calvin Ridley. And that's a
And
real
Mohamed
good
Sanu's
combination.
still there.
Yeah. Great
He's
possession
very-
receiver.
He's a very good.
underrated.
Yeah.
I wish
Where he
would-
came from? The Bengals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Wait, didn't he start off with the Bears though?
Who, Mohamed
Yeah.
Sanu?
No, I
Or
think
somebody
he,
else.
I think
I'm
he
thinking
was
of
with
Alshon Jeffrey.
Yeah.
Also
We're talking about the
yeah.
Bengals.
Yeah.
He was with the Bengals.
That's why I wanted to stay with the Bears. Alshon
Alshon
Jeffrey
Jeffrey.
and
Well, he had
Brandon
to go.
Marshall.
I
Yeah.
love, speaking of the Bears, I love their little nucleus of young weapons.
Yeah.
Although I'm not really feeling the Jordan Howard move just because Tyreek Cohen is too small to be my feature back.
Can't
He
take
could
all
play,
that load.
he could play more than Jordan Howard just because the way their offense is set up. But you still need a bigger back, so I feel like they definitely should draft him back. I think that kid from Memphis might fit in there. He went off in the conference championship game. He had like 250 yards. Or the kid from Texas A&M will be a good pickup for them.
Mm-hmm.
Right, I agree. So you think he's gonna get his contract that he wants, or he might have to settle?
He's one of the top receivers. He has the speed. He can catch. He's 6'4", strong. He could play safety really.
Would you expect him to hold
Yeah.
out or like not show up to camp or anything?
Julio's not one of those type of players.
He's just going to keep having his negotiations in the background.
Yeah.
But he won't re-sign. He'll be
When do you hear from Julio? You never hear
Never.
from him. No trouble.
Yeah.
Doesn't talk with the media like that. He's just a.
But see, that's the thing. I don't like the fact of just because you don't hear from him.
Doesn't mean
Like-
you're not talking.
Yeah, no, not the fact that he's not talking.
He's not doing
You
anything.
hold that
Yeah.
against, you hold that against other receivers.
Yeah.
Just because his
Well, you know you're gonna
personality
hold it against AB.
is introverted.
Odell.
But I'm
Yeah,
saying
Odell.
Odell, like, that's not.
But
like,
Odell doesn't
everybody's
get
their
in
own
trouble.
person.
Right.
That's the thing.
But they still
yeah.
hold that against him because he's in the media, because he has a voice,
Right.
because he has a nice following. Like, that's not okay. I don't like that narrative.
And even with that, I think he still did well in New York. The way he carried
Very
himself.
much so.
Yeah.
I think he got
He was
one
just
little
frustrated
club
with Eli.
fight.
Yeah, he was just frustrated with Eli.
He almost had
That's
an
it.
MVP type year last year before he got hurt.
True.
I mean, you would be frustrated too if your
Yeah.
quarterback was Eli Manning. And the O-line wasn't even that good, so
O-line
he
was
couldn't even get the
terrible.
ball.
The line was terrible, and it took him like 7 weeks to score his first touchdown of
Yeah.
the season. Julio
Yeah.
had the same issue.
Well, Julio shouldn't have that issue.
Right.
That's the OC and the QB fault. You can't. Every time they were in the red zone, they didn't even target him.
That says something.
As a head coach or a GM, I'm firing the OC if you're not giving the ball to Julio in the red zone.
So
But that's why I love playing the Falcons because their coaching's not that good.
So what do you think the Falcons or the Giants should do coming up in the free agency and the draft? Because there's not many quarterbacks available in this draft coming up, and there's obviously
The Falcons always ended up like taking
They take
the most
defensive players.
athletic player.
They
So
take
they'll
they
find
focus on
somebody.
the defensive side of the ball. They have the I would say they're
But if they have like a
Their front
high
seven is
choice,
secured.
they'll draft a receiver quickly.
yeah. And they keep giving him stockpiling weapons, but it's not
Weapons.
really
Yeah.
he's not really working with them. And as far as who's the other team?
Giants.
The Giants, I'm getting this. They keep telling me that they're gonna not draft a quarterback at 6. They're gonna
They
draft like
are.
Rashawn Gary or another defensive player and draft Daniel Jones at 17. That's the stupidest thing I ever heard in my life.
Go ahead and draft Dwayne.
But I'm saying they're starting not to like him. I don't know why. Like we're talking about the first quarterback to ever put up 60 against Michigan ever. Like no matter who it was. He came in last year as a true freshman. When he came in for JT Barrett and won that game for them. Like
It's not like he's stiff.
No.
Right.
6'5", pocket passer, and can move a little
He can
bit.
definitely move.
Like
He's probably just as fast as Daniel Jones. And whenever I was watching the Duke Bowl game, they had the nerve to say that Daniel Jones runs a 4.3. We get to his pro day, he runs a 4.67.
Daniel Jones is the Buffalo kid.
No, Daniel Jones is the Duke kid.
Who's the Buffalo kid?
Buffalo.
The QB?
Nobody. Nobody's trying to get him. He's in the later round pick because he's such a project. He's like,
Talking about the quarterback?
Yeah.
he's like Brock Osweiler's height, but he's
Oh,
dumb
6'7"?
athletic. Yes,
Okay.
and his release is so like elongated, like it comes out and everything.
Sort of like Tebow, a little bit.
Yeah, but Tebow had to come
Yeah.
from the hip. He comes like his arm so long it goes out and then it comes back.
He must play baseball. That's a
That's what I was
baseball
thinking.
throw.
Like he kind of
Yeah.
He
sidelined
looks
it.
like a baseball player.
Right. Like we said before, last night Dirk Nowitzki and Dwayne Wade played their last games.
About time
About time?
for Dirk.
Really?
Look at he can't run up the court.
He still dropped 30 last
Yeah.
night.
Dropped 30. Dwayne
They
Wade.
gonna let him shoot.
He had
I mean,
the
I'm not
first
gonna
10
defend
points.
Dirk. I'm gonna let
Oh
Dirk
my
score. It's his last season.
Yeah.
Let him have
He had
his
the
makes
first
fun.
10
sense.
points of the game.
Kobe dropped like what?
60.
60. But Kobe's different.
He's old too. He
I
wasn't
know.
doing that all year though.
No, he couldn't.
I think they kind of let him get 60.
No, they was playing defense.
He
on him.
needed that 60.
Yeah.
Did you watch the game? They was losing. He had to score 60 points. If he didn't score 60, that game would have been a blowout.
Yeah.
Who was on their team?
Nobody.
Exactly. And they still won the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
It was a stat. It was said Kobe scored 60, D Wade scored 30, Dirk scored 30, Paul Pierce scored 3. We didn't talk about
Yeah,
Paul
Paul
Pierce
Pierce.
saying that he's better than Dwayne Wade.
yeah, we was gonna get into that too.
Can we?
There ain't no way Paul Pierce is better than Dwayne Wade.
I'm a Celtics fan,
Right.
but for the fact of him saying that he's better than him,
He was one of the most overrated.
He didn't
players
say
to
he
me.
was better than him.
Yeah, he did.
Yes, he
He
did.
said he had
He
better.
said-
He had a
You
better
about to-
career.
Come on, come on.
I'm not trying to defend him, but he was
Yeah.
trying to point out the career differences and the players that was, disposed to them. It's not Paul Pierce's fault. He was playing by himself for the first 6 years he was with Boston.
But if you list
Yeah,
the
but-
individual
and then
awards,
Paul
they
Pierce,
don't have the same
even
ones.
if Paul Pierce had a
didn't
team
have-
by
Oh, I know he's wrong. I'm
He
just
never led the league in
he was just
scoring.
trying to make the point that if you give him those players that D-Wade had, he would have more championships
If
than
if
D-Wade.
was a fifth, you know the rest.
D
of it.
Wade, well, yeah, no, because there was a run where
D Wade didn't have nobody.
yeah,
Post Shaq, before LeBron,
Mario Chalmers
it was him and
never,
Udonis
No, that's
Haslam.
not- Yeah.
Mario Chalmers barely produced. When he did, he was par to say the least.
In his best year when he
Yeah.
averaged 12, 15 at
Yeah.
the most. I'm a Celtics fan and I'm not taking Paul Pierce over him. But
No, I know Paul Pierce is wrong.
Paul Pierce had
I'm
more
just saying
championships, to be honest.
he was just trying to point out,
okay, so what's your favorite D Wade moment in his career?
I'll let you go. I gotta think. I don't really have.
I
one.
was kind of young
Yeah.
when that final series happened.
The
When they
06
played the
About against
Mavs.
Mavericks.
Yeah, he was with Shaq. I didn't.
Yeah, I
was,
can't remember that
I
one
don't
too
remember that
much.
one, but I remember. I watched the highlights, of course.
That's what I'm
It
saying.
was-
So
it was one
what
of
is it? The LeBron dunk where they like this, like What was
That's
your favorite?
probably
The most memorable?
Yeah, 'cause
That's
like
the most
his
iconic
career.
picture
Yeah.
I've ever seen.
Yeah,
But,
because I was
But
young, so I
moment,
can't even watch him like that.
I'll look it up. I'll come back.
But when
We'll
he was,
update it.
when that series against the Mavericks, wasn't it just him and Shaq, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Udonis Haslam, Mario Chalmers.
Mario Chalmers
The
wasn't
old one,
there.
Alonzo was
He
still
wasn't
with
there.
them.
Yeah, Alonzo.
But his point.
Shane Battier was there, right?
No,
He
I don't
wasn't.
think so, no.
Shane was in Houston
Yeah.
during this time.
He didn't get there till when Braun got there.
All right.
But even then, like, I like how when he would, like, LeBron was unselfish enough to, after the first year, LeBron was just forcing everything that first year.
Yeah,
So that's my favorite Dirk moment is when Dirk obviously kicks out,
yeah,
finishes the series. But for the, like, D-Wade, it's just at certain times of the game, the same way LeBron would give it to Kyrie and let it in, before that, he was letting D-Wade do that. D-Wade was definitely the closer of the team, and it's just he's definitely one of the, out of that draft, it was Braun, him, and Melo. He's definitely, I would say, maybe top 3, top 4 shooting guard of all time.
I don't know what happened to Melo.
Melo just didn't play defense. Melo was always he just leaned on his scoring.
Yeah,
So
And he's a little bit, a
Husky.
little heavy.
Yeah.
yeah,
but he's always been like that. Like he never lost his baby weight.
I agree. So is James Harden solidified his spot as MVP this year?
Definitely.
Yeah.
First player in NBA history to have 2,800 points, 500 assists, and 500 rebounds in a single season.
MVP.
MVP.
Yeah.
MVP.
Unquestioned.
I mean,
Unquestioned.
It
I was
wouldn't-
waiting on him to fall off, and he didn't.
We gotta wait till playoffs though. But
Yeah, but
then
I'm talking
again,
about regular
yeah,
it's
just a regular
looking to
season,
shape out like it's gonna be Rockets versus OKC first round.
And I'm trying to put
Please.
money up.
though. I got OKC.
Yes. Yes.
I do.
Home court, Rockets.
I don't care.
All right.
It's not the same Rockets from last year.
Did you see last night?
Yeah, they blew
They
the
do
lead.
that. All right.
No.
The
They,
Did you see? Yeah, they played last night.
It's been a. I hate PG, bro. He only plays hard against the Rockets. Play
Paul
hard
George-
against.
Play
hard against the Warriors, bro.
No.
Come on,
Paul George
No.
had a good year all
We
year.
want them Rockets.
bro.
And
I'm gonna
telling
be
you, they
honest.
gonna
I
get them
didn't
at work.
even. I'd rather see OKC than the Clippers for the Rockets, because the Clippers, most of that team is from the Rockets team, so they really play hard against the Rockets, and most of the time the Clippers end up winning. I don't know why, but it's just they be. The Rockets sometimes they just be like, what? They look so lackadaisical sometimes. They just be
Yeah.
chilling.
They
They'll
still
get a
play
good
iso
lead. They just be
ball.
all right. I'ma just. They still be throwing up threes. It's like, D'Antoni, what are you doing?
They
Like
still
this
rely
is
on
where
Harden.
you put CP in just to keep the mid-range game going, and
Yeah.
keep the pace like slowed down. You can't keep James Harden just doing iso ball, e.g. just shooting threes with 23 seconds on the shot clock.
Right.
Like why? That's not
Love it.
basketball.
They got away from that pick and roll with
So let me ask y'all
Harden
this:
and,
if they lose in the first round, how do you feel about
Oh.
Harden's season?
it was
Waste.
pointless, a waste of time.
They need to get to the Western Conference Finals.
He's not a
If they get past OKC, they're definitely beating the Nuggets.
who?
Yeah.
The Nuggets aren't good to me. They just had a
Did you
good
say
season.
that you thought
Isn't
They just
their
had a
big
good
gone?
season.
Huh?
Their big got hurt, did he?
Yeah.
Jokic,
Yeah.
he's out.
No,
That's
that's for
how
the
much-
Blazers.
Oh, Blazers.
Yeah, that was Blazers.
Oh, I was about to say, when Jokic get hurt?
No.
But the Nuggets might lose tonight and end up being a 3 seed.
James
So
Harden
it
will end
just
up
all
the
depends.
Peyton Manning of the NBA.
If he keeps doing it.
Yeah, if he keeps.
Do you think he's going to
choking
win a
in the playoffs.
championship?
No. Not
The
with the
NBA
players
is
he
so
got.
hard. I don't know.
Not in this
When you
system.
think about it, the NBA, the teams that win the championships, they win it consistently.
Yeah.
The Spurs,
Yeah.
Heat, Warriors, Celtics, but they only had what? They won 2, right? Or just one with Paul Pierce and KG
won
and them.
one.
It was just one.
Yeah, they win 2 or 3 times.
But they kept going to the Eastern Conference Finals. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So it's just always going to be teams.
It's
that,
never a question about
yeah.
who's going to get there. In the West, it was like Lakers, Spurs, Warriors. Now.
That's why I feel
Yeah.
Lakers too.
I got you.
But if
I don't even think Chris Paul's gonna get a ring.
At this
He's not.
point.
He's not. His body's going to break down. He has maybe at max 2 years left.
I
That's
feel
it.
so bad for my boy.
Yeah.
It's okay though. We
Shout out
we all
Rondo.
know
He
we
got
all
a
know
ring.
him as one of the.
You know me? Rondo
I'll-
got a ring.
So who you
It
think
was
had a
really
better
supposed to
career?
be-
What's up?
Rondo or Chris Paul?
Chris
Paul's
Paul.
an overall better
Come
player. I'm just
on.
saying.
But
Don't
a
even-
career though. You gotta think
Chris
about
Paul.
Because you got to think.
Chris Paul has never been to the finals. Rondo has like what 3 rings?
And look at his
Rondo got
He got
one.
one.
Yeah.
But
Well,
look
he's
at
been-
that team.
Defensive player of the year, things of that nature.
He was
But
definitely a contributor to that team, but just look at the talent on that team compared to CP3.
The thing that's going to hurt Rondo is,
His
one,
attitude.
the media doesn't like. Yeah, his attitude. The media doesn't like him.
All the teams he's
It was a
played for.
span of like 3 years where he was on at least 6 teams. He is that final image of him sitting where he's sitting and the rest of his team is over here. That's gonna hurt him. But as far as Rondo being a player, like Rondo is one of those players where like media outlets won't give him the respect he deserves, but people in the NBA know what Rondo does.
Right.
They know how good he is.
He's one of the smartest in the
And yeah,
game.
it should tell you something like LeBron went and got him after playing against him all those years. Like, he definitely gets the respect he deserves on the thing. Now, my next question, since we was all talking about OKC, is how do y'all feel about the NBA players saying Russell Westbrook is tied for Draymond Green as the most overrated player ever?
Oh,
I mean, in the
my
NBA right now.
God.
That's stupid.
Draymond
They hate-
Green.
Draymond Green?
They are hating. They are hating.
Wait, the players voted
Yes,
that?
the players. That's stupid.
The
How?
same people
Whoever
that can't
voted for
even
that
guard
is
him?
stupid.
How? It's probably just because of his shooting. That's probably it.
But it doesn't
Draymond
matter.
Green
That
is
does- yeah.
garbage, bro.
You
He's
should
only
never,
good for
You should
rebounds.
never put
and-
Draymond Green and
Yeah.
Russell Westbrook in the same sentence.
I've been a
Nothing.
Westbrook fan. Y'all might think I'm not, but I've been a Westbrook. I've been a KD
That's
fan, Westbrook fan my
disrespectful.
whole life, and Westbrook to me is just. I'll watch Westbrook before CP3 any day.
Bro.
Even though CP3 my favorite player, I'll just watch Russell because I
It's
know
so
Russell going.
disrespectful for them to even
bring
think
it.
that he's overrated like that. Good. Granted, he might pad his stats, whatever. That's happens. Like, if we know if you the breadwinner on the team and we got to put you in certain positions to keep you the breadwinner, we're gonna do that. That's just us being a team and understanding our roles. That's not a shot at him because we all know at the end of the day, if it's 3 seconds off the left and Russell grabbed that rebound, he's gonna get down to the other end of the court before anybody else, and he's gonna give us our best opportunity to win.
Oh, wouldn't
No
you
matter
say
what.
LeBron pads his stats too a little
Heck
bit?
yeah.
Thank you.
He's overrated too. I'll say that.
People
man.
still think
Hate
LeBron's the
that man,
best
bro.
in the game.
He ain't been the best in the
Yeah,
game
they
for
say
like
he's the best
4
in the world.
years, bro.
Nah, bro.
Come on now.
How you don't make
Your
the playoffs?
time's up,
He
bro.
can't even stop Giannis.
How you don't
man.
make the playoffs? But
Your
that's okay.
time's up.
But speaking of Lakers, Magic Johnson stepped down abruptly from the Lakers. I feel like we're on a better path now.
Oh.
He took us nowhere, got us nothing.
Well,
Dude was a terrible president.
got y'all
I'm
Luke
just gonna
Walton.
Be honest.
He didn't get y'all AD.
Yeah,
What, y'all
and
got
AD,
Lonzo?
this is AD's last year in New Orleans too.
Yeah.
He ended that
he got
last
y'all
night.
Lonzo.
I'm like,
He
what's
gave
up, man?
Where y'all think AD's going though? I don't think he's going to the Lakers.
LA.
He might go to the Clippers?
No, I mean Lakers.
Oh, okay.
To me, the landing spots are Brooklyn, the Clippers, and the Knicks.
You
But
think
with the Knicks as a franchise, you never know. It just depends on what KD and Kyrie do.
Yeah, I could see KD going to the Knicks with Zion, but that's not gonna work well unless Zion like sits out for like the beginning.
Well,
of the season.
Zion needs a player like KD.
He definitely needs somebody who's
KD's not a
scoring
leader, though.
minded that'll help him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
because
KD's not really a leader.
But I don't think in that instance, I don't think he needs leading as much as he needs offensive help. Because like we all talk about, he's so strong offensively
Yeah,
that's what's hurting him. So if he learns any type of finesse, it'll definitely help his game tremendously.
yeah, his first couple of years, he's definitely gonna get most of his points, like
He's
off of
definitely gonna
rebounds,
average,
putbacks,
12.
and driving.
I don't know about the.
But he
Brooklyn
needs
thing,
a
though.
he needs a hooper like
Yeah.
KD.
I don't know
to-
about the Brooklyn thing though. AD going to Brooklyn, they got Jared Allen, who's one of the most.
I don't know.
slept on
AD not.
players.
I didn't mean AD going to Brooklyn. I'm
Oh,
just saying
okay.
the landing spots in general for like, the big free agents names
Yeah.
like
Because
KD,
they got the
Kyrie.
most cap, bro.
Yeah,
I
and
can
plus
see-
they have a
yeah.
better future going ahead.
True.
I can
Like,
see
look
someone
at the
going to
Clippers.
Brooklyn though, someone a superstar or something. Klay Thompson he may be a free agent this year too.
See, but that's the thing. I feel like if KD leaves, they'll come back to being themselves. The Warriors.
Warriors?
Yes.
I
And
can
then
see it.
they're because they all want to show like
They're better.
Yeah.
they
They're-
all want to show like this wasn't just because of KD. Like we're
no, they
still
definitely
best.
play better like
Yeah.
without
Yeah.
KD.
And because KD's there, Steph hasn't been getting the credit he deserves.
Right.
Because the same people that did the list saying Westbrook and Draymond Green are overrated, they came out with a list of top 10 players they'll start their franchise with, and they had Giannis first, AD second, players like that, and Steph was all the way at 7. I don't know about y'all,
I'm not
but if
starting
I'm having
Giannis.
I'm
not taking Giannis.
if I'm starting a franchise and we talking about this NBA where we just shooting all the time, I'm taking Steph Curry.
Especially a man who can't shoot.
What?
Sometimes I just don't know what these executives be looking at.
No,
it's
exactly.
just like,
Yeah.
do y'all know basketball or y'all just being hired because of y'all skin?
That's it.
Yeah.
Let's go.
But it'd be funny though if KD does go to the Clippers. That's like a look at LeBron like, hey, all right, boy. We'll see who's the best.
Texas Tech unfortunately lost to Virginia. Nobody got cheated this time. It was a good game. Went to overtime. Virginia came out with a win, 85-77. That was a good game. I ain't gonna lie.
So y'all taking March Madness or y'all taking NBA playoffs?
March Madness.
NBA playoffs. This year, I didn't like March Madness like that.
Why?
Probably because all the upsets.
Yeah, it was just.
Wasn't upsets. Just teams showed out.
Yeah, but
Teams got exposed.
when you look at the playoffs coming up this year, the East is a little bit stronger.
I agree.
And the West is,
Yeah.
the West
I'm
is.
definitely
what it
looking
is.
forward to the NBA playoffs.
I actually see Brooklyn surprising some people. D'Angelo Russell's been on the tear.
They're the 5th seed or 4th seed?
I don't know, to be honest. I don't
It
wanna say
depends on
no.
where their season is, because.
I mean, either way, it don't matter. If it matters who they plays.
To an extent.
To an extent. If they play the Bucks, they may be out. They may be in trouble. But if they play somebody,
I'll even say
because
Boston.
the Pistons are in it too, so they're not going nowhere.
Congratulations to the Magic for clinching the playoffs. Bro.
Yeah, they might play the Magic. They're not going nowhere.
That's
know.
crazy.
Yeah, so
No,
The
the
Magic
Magic's
made the
definitely
playoffs.
a seed.
The Magic made the playoffs, and the Lakers didn't. It's a different world in 2019.
The Kings almost made the playoffs, and not the
now the
Lakers.
Kings did good this year though.
Yeah, but what I'm saying
We
is
trying
you
to
have
make this
LeBron.
point.
Yeah.
Because we've been told for the last 12 years that LeBron is the greatest player ever. Wherever he goes, he's going to take his team to the finals. And his first chance to not be in Cleveland, to not be in the East, he folded.
Folded with players like Brandon
Folded.
Ingram, Kyle Kuzma, Lonzo,
Hart.
Folded.
Come on now.
Get some shots.
Even JaVale McGee was hooping.
Yeah. They didn't even use him right.
You see how we just skated right by Virginia, though. TDB ain't going to like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's
That's
get back to
Auburn
Virginia.
should be. That should have been Auburn versus Texas Tech, with Auburn win the championship.
Okay.
But
But,
Tech at the end was just throwing up shots that they didn't need to.
Yeah.
They didn't work the ball at the end.
They got
nothing.
comfortable shooting a 3.
Yeah.
And it
Backfired. Yeah. But that's basketball, man. You live and you learn. They'll be back in the tournament.
Congratulations for Virginia from going from losing to a 16 seed to winning the first national championship in school history.
Weren't they the 1 seed last year?
And they lost to a 16 seed.
That's
Yep.
what it was.
That's
Same
a
with
crazy
Gonzaga.
turnaround.
Same with Gonzaga, lost to Florida State. Garbage,
He
man.
is not going to let this loss go.
Because
Let it go.
they suck, bro. It's
Let it
teams like
go.
this that are so praised for being good, and they're not
It's just
good at
it's
all.
because their basketball just looks pretty.
It's just
that's how
fundamental
it is.
basketball. You can't win with that. You need hoopers on your team.
You can't win with the fundamentals.
Now you can win with
You
that.
can definitely win with
It's just
you
when it
could
comes
get
down to
far.
like if you need a bucket.
Yeah, they not getting
Yeah.
buckets.
Yeah, I
They
got
not
you.
hooping,
I
man.
got you.
I know what you're saying.
We're good.
Yeah. Before we go, we got to talk about mock draft real quick. They got Zion going in to the Knicks at 1, and John Morant going to Phoenix Suns at 2. I like that.
I like
John
that.
Morant going to the Suns. Kelly Oubre, one of the slept-on players in the NBA.
You just like the way he looked.
Nah, he like him. He a Fort Bend dude.
Who? That's where he's from?
Kelly
He
Oubre.
went to Bush.
He's back there laughing.
Yeah, what are you talking about, bro?
He's back there laughing.
Man, pause on this, man.
But no,
My man's
how is he?
tripping,
How
bro.
is he so underrated? What is he doing that's so?
Oh, Kelly Oubre?
Yes, Kelly Oubre.
He was one of the
they
best
shipped him out of Washington for a reason.
He was one of the best defensive
Okay, but they
players on the
shipped him out of-
Wizards.
We're talking about in the NBA, where teams that don't even have offensive players are scoring 120 points. And you're bringing up defense to me?
Yeah, that's what you need. Same like P.J. Tucker, one of the best defensive players in the NBA right now. Same with Patrick Beverly. Come on now.
P.J. Tucker didn't play defense last night on Paul George.
I'm talking about last year, though.
Patrick Beverly is the only one that helped the Clippers get to the. I mean, he's helped the Clippers get to the playoffs. But
He's been hurt. Most
what
of
I'm
the time.
telling you is, you brought up Kelly Oubre like he's
He's
locking
up there.
people down.
Oh,
and
bro.
that's not what's happening.
Oh,
Come on,
yeah,
bro.
Bradley
That's
Beal
not-
said he's the second best shooting guard in the league.
He's not the second
We're
best,
not
but
even
he's
gonna
up there.
acknowledge what you just came out of your mouth.
No, Bradley Beal said that
Bradley Beal saying he's the second best.
behind James Harden. That's what he
No.
said.
No,
James
Beal
Harden
doesn't
don't even know
score
what
better than
position
Devin
he
Booker.
is.
He needs to relax.
I don't
But
know.
I would like that. John Morant, Devin Booker, Chris.
They
That's
keep
what I'm
drafting
saying.
all these players.
They need like a true veteran on their team. though,
Yes,
for the
they're too
Suns.
young.
Yeah.
Although, what's the name just dropped 50 last night, and we did not talk about that.
Ooh,
Jamal Crawford, the ageless wonder.
Oh, he is.
he's a walking bucket.
Yeah. Now that's a bucket getter.
Yeah.
So when you talk about the Suns, talk about him. Don't tell me Kelly Oubre, who
Bro,
scored 7 points.
I was just
That's
pointing
why I
out
said
he's one of the best defensive players in the league.
who cares about defense in this league?
Because you need defense
Nobody.
to win the finals.
You got to get to the finals. The Suns got to smell the playoffs. So therefore, defense in Phoenix does not matter.
All right, I promise you they're going to the playoffs next year.
They can go to the playoffs next year, Davis. They won't make it to the finals.
I didn't say finals. I said playoffs.
But you brought up defense like Kelly Oubre is out here
Bro.
locking up. Friday, bring me some Kelly Oubre stats where he's guarding anybody at his position and he just locked them up. Please.
All right.
I need to see
That's
it.
easy.
Because you said
That's
Kelly
easy.
Oubre.
That's easy.
Like he's just out here clamping everybody.
That's easy.
Okay, come on.
Yeah, I got you on Stats Friday, man. Make sure you guys go out to the baseball game at 3 p.m. here at PV against Texas A&M Corpus Christi. I'm your host, David Smith.
I'm Zach Collins.
I'm Cyril Neville.
We'll see y'all Friday.